the quick turnaround help you move things forward and not really focus on what happened Sunday?
I think you got to have a short memory in general in this league. But of course, with the short week, you definitely have to get things switched to the next opponent. Of course, learn from the things in the past game, but like I said, move forward and get ready to prepare for a team that's coming in looking to beat us.
You know the Jets pretty well, I assume, from the years in Buffalo. How is that going to help you for this game?
Definitely familiar with their team, of course, their defense, confident group, a young group, a fast group. And they've been playing well on defense this year and the past couple of years that I've faced them. So definitely a great task for us, an opportunity for us to get better and go out there and win at home.
Does that help you playing them as often as you have?
Yes, sir.
So the fact that first game you guys weren't able to win it, and the way the first two games went, you still don't have a win. Does that add more pressure to this week?
Now, I mean, every week, of course, has its own pressure. As a team, we focus on getting better each and every week. Yeah, we could easily be sitting 2-0 right now, but a couple errors in the first two games, and like you said, we're sitting at a tie and one in the loss category. So something we have to clean up and continue to get better, like I said.
Does it feel like we got to get one of these wins though?
Of course. I mean, every week in my mind, as well as the team, I mean, is a must-win just because you know how important each and every week is. But this is definitely an opportunity for us to erase the feeling that we have for the past two games. Like you said, some close games in the first 2 weeks. They didn't go our way, but we have an opportunity this Thursday in front of national media as well as just everyone watching a Thursday game to erase that taste.
As a leader of the team, do you have any message for your teammates about playing, only, in the spotlight, everybody's going to watch?
Stay in your routine. It's kind of easy to get off of it with a short week, but continue to keep preparing the way that we know how to prepare. Continue to keep putting the focus in the classroom as well as on the field. Of course, a lot of things this week is mental, so we have to be on top of it and make sure your attention to detail is very high.
Do you mind doing a point of personal history? That is, Darnold, your opposite number this week, obviously, has been given an experienced mentor from McCown to come in and learn from. Going back to when you were coming to the league, though, was not a super high pick. What was your process for getting mentoring and figuring out the ropes in the NFL?
I learned each and every day from our coaches. Had a couple different coordinators throughout my time in Baltimore, as well as learn from Joe, his approach each and every day, as well as just the veteran leadership in the locker room. And as a rookie, walked into the locker room with Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Haloti Nada, Anquan Bolden. There was a bunch of guys that I could learn from, pick up a routine from those guys. But more importantly, just being beside Joe and watching them each and every day, how he went about business, how he watched film, how he handled himself on and off the field, definitely was something that I paid attention to and took away with me when I left there.
Were you conscious that you had to fight your way into a position?
Say that again?
Were you conscious that you had to fight your way into a position of belonging, not being a first-round pick, or were you second or third?
Absolutely. My whole career has been a true testament to that, fighting, proving people wrong, I guess you could say. When I first came to the league, people told me that I play quarterback, that I wouldn't be a starter. So look at it 8 years from now. Definitely proved a lot of people wrong and going to continue to keep doing so.
Tyrod, in terms of the offense, do you think it's imperative that this team wins ugly before conservatively, I guess is the better word?
Say that one more time.
In terms of the offense, do you think it's imperative the team plays conservatively until it could go on to more complex things offensively?
Like I said, this past game, each week is going to, of course, bring its own challenges, and we have to attack a game plan differently each and every week. But for a new group, each one of us learning from each other or learning about each other in game-like atmosphere, there's going to be times where it's conservative, I guess you could say, or it's going to be times where it's complex. I don't really know the difference in as far as viewing, but we have to go out there and execute is what it boils down to, whatever it's called.
Where did you see the growth in the offense in the New Orleans game?
I would say the last two series, for us to take the ball down and score for sure at a critical moment, and us to get the ball back down the field for a chance to tie the game up was definitely some growth. We outgained the Saints, I want to say, close to 50 yards. So, it wasn't like it was a dominant performance by the offense by any means, but I definitely think that we took a bunch of steps from the Pittsburgh game to the Saints game.
Is that a confidence builder for you in this system, to be able to end it the way you did?
I mean, ultimately, you want to end it on the winning side. So it wasn't everything, but it was definitely some areas of growth there, and it was stuff to take away, to walk away from that game encouraged about. So it's our job to continue to keep, like I said, getting better. And situational football is definitely something that we proved that we can be good at. Just got to continue to keep building on it.
Sorry about that.
Be good.
You guys are creatures of habit playing at 1 o'clock. So when that game doesn't start till 8:30, like on Thursday, those 7.5 hours, what do you do? How do you stay sharp and all that?
With the short week, I mean, of course, it's still time for preparation during the day. It's kind of similar to maybe like the preseason schedule. Of course, this game is more important than a preseason game, but as far as playing a later game on not a as traditional week, is definitely something that we could continue to keep preparing throughout that day. Of course, still staying off your feet just because we just played a game 48 hours ago. So it's a balance of both, getting mentally prepared as well as physically prepared.
How do you think Antonio's first 2 weeks on film? What concerns you about their defense?
Like I said, it's a great group of guys that are confident, fast group. Of course, they're young. They do a great job of stopping the run up front, as well as they have guys that compete on the back end of their defense. So, like I said, our challenge is definitely in front of us, and we're looking forward to taking that challenge.
Hey, Tyrod, the 4th and 5 touchdown pass to Antonio, was there a moment where you worried that he wasn't going to get it?
No, sir. Can't throw the ball worried, that's for sure. Trust in our guys' playmaking ability. He said in the huddle, if you get a chance to get it off to put one up to him, then, like I said, he made a great play. And it was something for us to build off as an offense and something for him to build off as a player.
This is a real opportunity for him now with Josh not here. What have you seen in Antonio the last couple of weeks in terms of his development? Do you think he's ready for this?
Just his focus is detailed. Of course, he realizes the opportunity. Even when Josh was here, he realized that he could be playing more. But, of course, that role has definitely stepped up. It's got bigger for him now. So he welcomes that opportunity. As you see, he's a natural playmaker, and it's our job to give him the ball.
That was a daring play call, 4th and 5, the game on the line to go for the end zone. What went into the thinking there?
So you want us to be conservative, complex, and not daring.
That was a little out
I
of
don't know.
character for the game, and you went for it all, and you got it.
But at the same time, you don't want us to be
No, I didn't
conservative.
say, I'm not passing judgment on it. I'm just trying
Sounds
to
like
understand
you are.
it. I'm trying to understand it.
I mean, you got to give guys a chance to make plays. Of course, we had stuff that was underneath, but we also had a shot called in that as well too, and we got the defense that we wanted, and we was able to make a play.
So when you see that, you immediately think yourself, I'm going.
Yes, I mean, of course, like I said, you understand the situation, but if you get the right defense for the call that we had selected, you understand it. The guy that's one-on-one with the DB, you got to give him those chances to make a play, and he went out there and did so.
With 8 seconds left, was there any feeling, do you think you could have run another play, got to the sideline, or was it too risky?
I think it was too risky. Of course, we had to burn the timeout after hitting Jarvis across the middle. The last thing I think you want to do is to run a play and not be able to get the field goal off. So I think the right decision was made. Just have to be able to execute those when the opportunity presents itself.
And you were diplomatic towards Gonzalez after the game. But do you understand that it would have been extremely difficult for him to walk back in and try another one?
Yes, I mean, I understand the pressures of this game. Each and everyone in this locker room understand that, and that's part of the game. I mean, it's been that way since a kid, of course. At the NFL level, it's a little bigger in some moments, but it's part of the game.
You mentioned the end of the game drives, but you also had a couple of 10-play drives, touchdowns. Just overall, does that give you and the whole group a better feel for what the offense can do?
Yes, like I said, we made a lot of progress in that game and moved the ball up and down the field at times. We just got to be able to close out certain drives and understand how to finish games and finish the game with the ball in our hands as well.
Tyrod, just going back to that touchdown pass, I mean, you have to have such confidence in yourself and such confidence in Antonio to make that work. So just talk about that rather than taking that safe pass perhaps for the first time. how that confidence works.
Like I said, we understood the situation. Needed a play at the time. Coach called a phenomenal play for the circumstances, and we was able to go over top of the defense. Anytime you get a guy running full speed at a corner who's kind of trying to middle play two receivers, give him an opportunity to make a play, and Callaway went out there and did that.
What can he do if he's able to really establish himself using that speed that we saw Sunday? What can that do for you? What can it do for this offense, just in general?
It can open up the offense for sure. Like I said, he's a incredible talent, and the opportunity is here for him to grow, for us to grow as a team, and we're going to need his playmaking ability to definitely step up for us to be successful as an offense, as well as everyone else. But he can definitely, like you said, he can run, and we're going to need him to do that well.
I know you always try to be careful with the ball, but against the Jets, I believe they have a bunch of turnovers so far in the first 2 games. Is it even more on the forefront of your mind when you face a team with that kind of reputation, I guess?
Of course, protecting the ball is definitely something that helps you win in this league. And with that being said, you still have to be aggressive, take your opportunities when they present itself, but just also understand the situation throughout the game as well.